Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of the It's What We Do podcast. I am your co-host, John, accompanied here by your other co-host, Hen. And
I'm Hen.
We are live and in video. Hello, everybody. And, hey, Hen, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for introducing us. I don't know why you said we're live, because we're not live, but
It's
besides,
live, baby.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, just as soon as you're watching this, it's happening right real time. Doesn't matter what time of day it is happening right now. And thank you very much for introducing us. And I have one joke I wanted to say, which I told you this joke already, but I'll say it here. It's like, I have John to my left. I already fucked it up. I have John to my left because he's on my left because he has no right to be. I already fucked this up.
Yeah.
I'll try this again later.
Okay. I'm on his left because I have no right, essentially, is what he's saying.
Yeah, because he has no right to be so fucking handsome.
Well, thank you very much, Hen.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's hop right into this news.
Okay, let's talk about the biggest news of this week. I feel like so energetic now. Like, this woke me up.
Hey, show business, baby.
Yes, yeah. As soon as the camera turns on, jump right into the action. And then just going into the first news I want to talk about today, I think some of the news that has not been talked about as much as it should have been, it is the news over Ezra Miller. I know his name. I just forgot about it in that moment. But yeah, pretty much about how recently he got arrested in Hawaii because he started to beat up or attack
He broke into this couple's hotel room in Hawaii.
That's not what I heard. I heard that because they were doing karaoke and he told them to shut the fuck up, and then they didn't, so he attacked them.
That must have been really bad.
And then they were playing the song, the one from The Shallows from that one movie with Lady Gaga and Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're singing that song. Of course, this is speculation for the song. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. That he attacked them because he didn't want them to sing that song particularly.
Oh man, I guess he had rights to that song or something.
That dude's a fucking menace.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Like, I just recently heard about it too. Also, speaking about Ezra Miller, there's also talks about him losing his potentially losing his contract with Flash because that movie has been delayed for so long, and they might just, I don't know if they'll kick it, but he's probably going to be his last movie with
that's what I'm thinking too.
DC.
Which I'm not happy about it, but then it'll be like an end to an era, you would say, like of the whole Snyderverse era.
Mm-hmm.
It will kind of just put an end to it because it's like so many people are so like dead set on it, like with the whole thing, and then he's one of the last. Well, I guess there's Wonder Woman, Aquaman, but then you already see the turns they're taking in their movies.
Yeah,
and it'll be like it'll be going farther away from what they want because they could kill him off and then bring in Wally West, and that fit in perfectly.
That's a good point actually. And he's actually also going to make an appearance in the Fantastic Beasts: Secrets of Dumbledore.
He's starring.
I forgot who he's playing in that.
He's Dumbledore.
He's not.
He's like a cousin or something.
Yeah, he's not Dumbledore though. For all of you guys that don't know, Fantastic Beasts is like a series of prequels for the Harry Potter movies and everything.
Yeah.
But who knows if he's even gonna? They're probably gonna cut him off that too.
Well, that's coming out this month or next month.
It's coming out soon. It's coming out soon.
Are you caught up with the other movies?
Fantastic Beasts?
Yeah.
No, I think I'm behind like one movie.
Oh, okay. Well, pretty much though, he's like cousins with Dumbledore, and so he's like a Dumbledore because they do like that little Phoenix thing.
Yeah.
And then it dies in front of him, and then like the big bad, whenever it used to be Johnny Depp, was like it only like will do that in front of a Dumbledore, pretty much saying that he's a Dumbledore.
Okay.
And he's a horrible, I guess, human being, but I was just like, yeah, I guess, yeah, he's a menace. I mean, like, of course, we don't know the context, but even from the jump from it sounds fucking bad. So it's like, who knows what's going on with that.
And moving on, all the Netflix Defender shows are now canon within the MCU. And what do you think about that, man?
I mean, sure, I guess. I've been always like, I guess I've been changing my tune a lot lately about how I feel about everything being connected.
I have to.
And yeah, I think it's cool. But then it's like, I would have preferred in a way to be more a little bit more undirect. You hear that fucking cat?
Yeah.
I like a little bit Daniel.
For those of you who cannot see, Daniel is Hen's cat. He's off screen, wreaking havoc as always. But continuing with that, yeah, I know what you mean. But I think it's cool that they're making it canon because, I mean, not just to tie it into the MCU or whatever, but the stories, the shows were really good with that. All but Iron Fist, in my opinion, was probably the worst.
Yeah, one of the things I remember telling you about was that I don't understand how that show is bad whenever all the other shows are good.
Yeah. There's so many rumors. Who knows which one's right? People are saying that he had a busy schedule. People are saying that he didn't even care. People are saying that it's just another thing. I don't know, dude. There's so much stuff people are saying that who knows who's right, you know?
Yeah. I think one of the best.
People were saying he was lazy too.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, like he didn't even want to do any martial arts training or anything like that. One of the best characters to come out that show is his love interest that became the new Iron Fist.
Yeah,
I love her. I'll marry her. And she was also in the Matrix as well. Like, you know, the reboot?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the main one. You know what I'm talking? Did you watch the Matrix?
Yeah, I did. I kind of fell asleep.
Yeah, it's not worth me to wait for that. But yeah, she was in that as well. She was the main lead and everything as well. I love her. I'll marry her. And then just going on to other news and everything going on. There is a reboot of The Crow. Have you seen The Crow?
The Crow or
The Crow? That's what I meant. I know I didn't type that, but I know that's what I meant.
I can't say I remember watching that.
It's do you know what movie it is?
Mm-mm.
Let's go through a quick search, but then it's pretty much it's a guy, I believe he gets killed and his wife gets killed and he comes back to life. And yeah, it was famously done by the actor Brian Lee, son of Bruce Lee. And he got killed during production by a fake gun that was actually loaded, or there were some particles or something. Somehow he ended up dying because of that. And he died during the filming. And so then they had to do certain maneuvers to get around it.
Oh, that's interesting. That's an old movie. It's from 97.
Yeah. It's a classic.
Yeah, I don't think I've... Well, if I did, I don't remember watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be interesting to see. People...
I'm really behind the actor as well, Bill Skarsgård.
People know Bill for his performance in the It movie, the reboot. Yeah. Which honestly, he really did have the face down for it. You know, his
he did that.
Creepy smile and everything.
I remember hearing the thing that he did a thing with his eye. Like they said, it's like, yeah, we're gonna digitally move your eye, and it was like, oh no, I could do it.
His eyes spread apart and everything.
Yeah. We got a little bit of news coming up for the It series, but then right before we cut off on The Crow, one thing I think is really interesting is that Jason Momoa was supposed to do this a couple years ago, and it was in production, and then something happened with it, and it got cut, or it didn't go anywhere pretty much, so he left the project. And I think it's interesting how now it seems like it's off the ground because it's like the news coming out that it's gonna be him now.
That's kind of weird because I feel like he'd be too jacked for the.
I mean, no, but then it's it's a different movie, you know? It doesn't have to be the same. It's the same thing with a lot of things. It's not going to be the same as a reboot. So hopefully, they go different direction or do whatever the fuck differently.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think that's interesting. And I would have loved to actually see him as a Crow because the way I think of it is I can't see it. And that's why I want it to happen. Because, of course, they're actors. They're professionals. They know what they're doing. They're not going to do it unless it's well done or whatever. So it's it will be interesting to see that transformation into the Crow and into this iteration. Okay, and then going into it, the It series is going to have a prequel called Welcome to Motherfucking Derry.
That'll be interesting to see. I didn't Was there a trailer for it? I didn't watch.
No. It's just the development now.
So I'm assuming that it's still gonna have to do with Pennywise the clown, because he comes like every few decades or so. Maybe it will do that, but with a group of other kids or something. I don't know.
Have you seen the movies?
Yeah.
That thing where they're talking about every like 40 something or 20 whatever fucking years.
Yeah,
whatever.
he comes back.
Yeah. So I assume it's gonna be the ones in the past. Whenever he like kills the whole school or whatever, burns down buildings, or whenever he killed the Native Americans on the land or something.
Oh yeah, the stories or the newspaper articles that they were reading and the.
Yeah, I think that's where it's gonna go into.
That'd be interesting to see. Kind of give us some more history, because this
honestly, he was the best part of those movies, and he was. I would like the kids are good, but the. Sorry, my apologies. In the second one, I feel like he was the only good part out of that series. Like,
well, yeah, his whole character is really interesting, because
I want to say he's interesting, just creepy.
The lore behind Pennywise the clown, who he is, and all the other stuff behind it is actually really interesting, because it has to do with like they're all aliens and everything, so it's crazy.
Something about a turtle.
Yeah, the turtle is like his enemy or his nemesis or whatever. It's like supposed to be God, that he created the world and everything.
Yeah, I'm guessing you've seen like the videos about like the movies.
Yeah, all the lore and behind it is really interesting.
Yeah, like the gangbang.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that's weird. Especially too, I always hate whenever like 10 things you didn't know about Pennywise or whatever like that, and that's like one of their. There's like that's one of their big like number one. It was
and also we ran a train through our only female friend.
Hey, that's the 70s for you, I guess.
I don't know, dude. They all were really close, I guess, right?
No, but then if they're that close, it's like they should have ran a train on each other.
Yeah.
No, on each other.
Yeah, on each other. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of just doing the girl, they should have just ran it on each other to make it equal.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been fair. And I hope in this one, that's what happens.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah. And on other news, DC news, Batgirl has finished filming. Well, I assume this is initial filming. I doubt there's going to be any reshoots or anything like that, because I believe the movie is supposed to come out at the end of this year on on HBO Max. So, yeah, it looks like they're just going to go to the editing room and tear that shit apart and just...
Firefly doesn't even look like Firefly.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
Why?
No, I'm joking. It doesn't matter. Riddler didn't look like Riddler.
Yeah, I think I told you this. I was like, I personally hated his. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't
kind of like a take
on
the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah. Yeah. But then, what do you think about the Batgirl movie? Are you excited? How are you feeling?
I'm not excited. I don't really care for it, if I'm being honest.
It's not like the movie where I'm just like, damn, I want this to happen. It's not like a Nightwing movie coming out or anything like that.
You know what would have been cool to see?
What?
If they did a prequel to Titans where it showed Batman working with her.
But this is not a Titans thing, though.
But it's still Barbara.
Yeah, but it's a different character.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that would have been cool to see.
Yeah. But then also, too, it's like, I think I've told you this, I like how they're going away from Batman, which I feel like they're going away on purpose because he's the heavy hitter, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's like a big name to like carry, and you have to do well.
Mm-hmm.
And then with these, it's like, it's more of the sidelines. It's because it's like, it's Batman, but not Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that. And then I think JJ, what's his name? I said his acting name, in Spider-Man. What's his name? J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, yeah.
What's his real name? I know it. I just can't think of it right now.
I can't either.
Yeah, but him. He's in that one, so he's the parent to it. And then there's also, and keep in mind, he was from the.
He actually did play Gordon. In the
Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
But then also too, there's Michael Keaton in that movie
as
Batman.
Oh, okay.
This man is getting so many fucking.
Jesus Christ!
This man is like the fucking the big question mark on all the multiverse movies and shit right now. Because he's the one traveling.
Don't even get me started.
And you know what I hate though?
What?
The Flash was supposed to help clear all this shit up, but then it got pushed back to next year.
and all this other stuff happened. And then he killed some couple. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, you might as well. Honestly, I've told you this. It's like, yeah, he's a horrible human being. I just want these movies to come out, and that's the only thing I care about.
And that's probably gonna be the only one, his last movie to come out for DC.
Yeah, yeah.
And so moving on, I feel like we're taking too long on the DC news, but The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent comes out this month on the 22nd, with the OG Nick Cage and Mando.
You added that,
AKA
right?
Pablo Pascal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it.
Yeah. And it's funny.
yeah,
it looks like a funny trailer.
It looks like it's gonna be a good movie. Honestly, it's more of a comedy movie. If you haven't seen the trailer, essentially it's gonna be like Nick Cage playing himself, and then a drug lord played by Pablo is like his biggest fan or whatever, and they become best friends. And they have to like kill each other. It's funny.
Yeah, I think some Nick Cage
because they make him wait the FBI. Yeah,
he gets recruited and everything. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for that. I'm not a big fan of comedies, but just because it's Nick Cage one and it's being very meta with the whole thing, that's the only reason I'm really gonna watch it. Just because it sounds like an interesting project.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I think is so funny, Nick Cage, he said in one of the like YouTube undercover, like This Is Me on the internet. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He said that like he has been in a lot of bad movies, but in every movie he has been in, he always brought his A game to it. Like he always done his best.
Mm-hmm.
And like he has done a lot of bad movies just for the money of it, just for the money. Yeah. And I think this is like another movie. Wait, what am I saying?
You're saying that it's gonna be bad?
No, I'm not saying. That's where I was leading up to, but that's not what I meant. That's not where I meant for this conversation to go to.
Oh, you think it's gonna be a movie where it's gonna be good? He can.
Oh, actually... no. I like how they bring it up in the trailer or like in the movie. That's what it seems like he does. Like he'll do anything for the money.
Yeah.
And then I was just pretty much trying to say that he always does an incredible job at the movies he does. That's what I was trying to get to. I led that thing into a very like the direction I did not want it to go to. My apologies. And on other older actor, that's kind of mean thing to say, but Bruce Willis is retiring from movies for the time being because he got diagnosed with a illness. And yeah, are you a big fan of Bruce Willis?
Probably not as big as my parents, but he is. He is. Ladies and gentlemen,
featuring Daniel,
the Black Garfield. He's just gonna lay down there. Okay.
Oh, you can see his ears.
Yeah,
right?
you can see his ears up. But yeah, Bruce Willis, legend when it comes to the movie industry. He was in a lot of legendary movies. One of his best series of movies was Die
Hard.
Die Hard, yeah, exactly. And it's kind of sad to see, growing up with all these. Obviously, we haven't seen them when they were young, but seen them in their prime. Growing up, all these actors are getting old and retiring. Like, for example, Hitman, the guy who plays Cobb Vanth in Mando, has like all white hair and everything. But I remember seeing him when he still had that full head of black hair and everything. It's just pretty sad to see like all the people we grew up with are getting old. Like even like Tobey Maguire and everything.
Good.
Like
he's
all wrinkly and stuff.
Yeah, and then one of the things though is like as of recently, like it's a funny thing. It's about Bruce Willis. He has a thing or role, whatever. For each day he's on set, he wants a mill.
A mill?
A mill.
A milli?
Milli. And then and then you know how they made that the Brazzers award for him for like worst Bruce Willis performance.
Mm-hmm.
They took that thing away because they felt bad about the whole situation. Which is like, of course, it's like I think, even though he's the last couple of movies or last 10 years of movies that he has done, he has not put that much effort into. But then it just doesn't matter. Like he's doing him, and it sucks that he won't be able to do any more performances now because of like he has to take care of himself.
Just bring him in for a day, just film everything, all of his scenes in one day, and then
that's what they do. That's what they do.
That's crazy.
And then that's his price tag. It's like I want a meal a day.
That's crazy, bro.
But think about it. That's Bruce crazy. Willis,
Yeah, that's true, but that's crazy. Like to him, that's like pocket change probably now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I put on the notes season 3 just finished filming. Not sure what I meant by that. I think I meant Titans. I'm not 100% sure on that, and I don't care to look that up. And then let's wrap up the news for this first segment. And then going into it, season 3 of Atlanta just dropped. And then you've been watching it, right?
Yeah, 2 episodes already dropped, and it's just, bro, spectacular. I love the show. It's continuing the, how great it was for the first 2 seasons, and just the message that he sends is so strong and powerful, and with the comic relief in it, just really good show all around.
I need to watch it. I need to get caught up again.
It's a really good show.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Yeah, and then going into it, it's like that's one show I really do want to see. I just haven't been able to yet. And then just topping off our news for this segment, we have the Obi-Wan Kenobi. It got pushed back into May 27th. And then with that, though, they're going to release 2 episodes instead of just 1.
That's good. I'm ready to continue the Mando.
You need to watch the actual movies.
Yeah.
Because this one, you're not going to understand anything. Or you're not going to understand the big scheme of things.
Where's it taking off from?
Episode 3. This has nothing to do with Mando.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, so it's like you're not going to know what's going on with this series.
All right, I'll have to. Well, you never sent me that list of order.
Okay. Well, I thought of it. You have to watch the original, then the prequels, and then the sequels. So originals first, how they came out. You have to watch them how they came out. That's the best way to watch them, so you can fully be invested.
Okay.
Because if you watch it chronologically, you're not going to have any investment, and it takes away from the magic.
Okay, I got you.
So you have about 20 plus hours of movies to watch, so have fun. No, I probably actually think I want to rewatch them. It's just been a while since I've seen all of them and everything.
Do I have to watch Solo too? No? Okay, cool.
I mean, you could, but it doesn't matter. I would recommend, though. I think it was an okay movie. It's nothing special. It was the same thing I think about Morbius. I was like, yeah, it's there. And then moving on to our next big release of the this week. It is obviously the big, the bad, the ugly, Morbius. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna talk about Moon Knight first. We're gonna talk about Morbius, but not yet.
Morbius.
Yeah, it is. Okay, Moon Knight. Okay, the first episode dropped during this week. I watched it at like 2 a.m. Went to sleep very sleepy, but I had fun with it.
Very sleepy.
What are your thoughts, John?
Moon Knight is gonna make Disney Plus a lot of money this year.
Oh, yeah, because that's what they're hurting for money.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What'd you think of the first episode?
I really enjoyed it. I know to a lot of people it probably doesn't make sense, but I feel like that's the magic of it, because you're going to need to come back to learn more about it if you don't know already, what happens in the comics and everything. Which I don't know that much, but I know enough to understand what's going on.
One of the things, I'll give a quick little thing about. Interesting. Okay. One little information I guess I could provide. Of course, I don't know that much more than you, but I know a little bit, I guess you could say. I like the whole. No, whatever. I don't care about this. I'll just go into let's just talk about the episode. What do you think about his multiple, the Steven, and then Mark, and what do you think about that?
Well, there's.
What do you think of his accent?
There's another personality. I think there's like 3 of them.
I think that's the only 2 they're doing.
There's like another one starts with like a J or something, but
yeah, I know what you mean. But I don't think they're doing that. It's like, are you talking about the cab driver?
Something.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Steven and Mark. Steven is just some strange man that works at the museum. The what is it, history museum?
Yeah.
And then Mark is a
Wait, that's funny. A history museum.
and then Mark is a former Marine turned mercenary.
Say the thing. The Marine thing.
Hoorah.
There we go.
Former Marine turned mercenary, and works for, and his avatar for What's the god's name?
Kanju.
Kanju. Yeah.
One of the interesting things I thought when I was reading the comic, I barely started reading the comic and everything. I won't pretend like I've read the whole thing yet, but some of the information that was talked about was that you know how he has dissociative personality disorder.
Yeah, the idea.
One of the things I thought was really interesting, it was saying it's like technically he doesn't have it. It's because of the Kanju. He has multiple things. He has multiple like persons, whatever, as himself, and because of him taking over Mark as the Avatar, that breaks his mind apart because it's like he has to like fulfill every part of him, and that puts up like that caused brain damage on him to fulfill those personas.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that Mark was the main one from before, you know, because
he was he was just a regular dude at that point. It was not until after he got became Moon Knight or whatever. That's whenever his mind started splitting. It was because he was trying his mind was trying to take all the personas of Kanju. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I really liked and like one of the things that they Oscar Isaac has talked about, saying that they want to like the story is about mental disorder or mental health and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's interesting, especially too, like, you know, at the beginning with Steven, he's tied up to the bed, he has a sand, he has to tape around to like try to make himself like, you know, aware of it, and like where he won't do anything.
Yeah,
which I'm guessing he has had multiple episodes in the past because of that. So I wonder how much does he know even before then, or like what is his life? Because, you know, like whenever he's on the phone with his mom, I don't think that's a real person.
yeah, because he's always leaving voicemails. It's not like he's actually calling her.
Yeah, so I don't even think that's a real person or anything like that.
And also, it's weird to think about because he doesn't get any sleep ever. He doesn't get any kind of sleep. So it makes me wonder if Mark gets any sleep. If Mark feels all the sleep. But Steven, he's just always tired, and he's always falling asleep and everything. And he finds himself in just the random spots when he wakes up from, you know, when he went to sleep or whatever. But it's like he never sleeps because he's always tired.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's like it's like I'm guessing it's like Mark takes over whenever he's asleep or whenever he wants to take over.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, with that part where he fell down and that's whenever Steven woke up. Mm-hmm. I think the fall caused his mind to get fucked up to where he came back, not Mark.
Yeah, because Kanji is like, oh no, the idiot's back, or whatever. Whenever he's doing all that stuff, which, by the way, I don't know if you knew this, but Kanji has revived Mark multiple times because he dies a lot apparently. So
couldn't be me.
Like when Steven woke up in that village, his jaw was broken and everything. He died. He died right there. I know people were speculating that when he was falling down from like the cliff that he just got like snapped or whatever. Mm-hmm. Nah, throw that out the window. He fell anyway. He died. He died.
That shot was in the trailer, but is not in the show.
Yeah, but that's what happened. He died right there, and he got revived by Kanju. Which,
that's interesting.
Yeah, he revives him a lot.
And then one thing I was watching about, I think it was with Screen Junkies or Screen Crush, I can't remember. They were talking about, it was interesting saying about, like, you know how like with Thor, right? Mm. You know the Norse mythology gods.
Yeah,
they're aliens, right?
Yeah.
So they're saying it was like, what if it's a similar situation with this, with like, you know, with Kanju, the god or whatever, and like with Black Panther, because you know how like Black Panther they worship a god or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what if those things, elements, whatever, are just aliens, the same way that Norse gods are?
Could be. Could be. You know, there's multiple gods though that I'm sure he's gonna have to face all of them at some point within the show. He's already come across. One of them. He's already come across. What's the name?
No idea.
Amit.
Damn, I'm surprised you remembered that.
Yeah, Amit. Who is. And that one guy, I forgot his name. He's the avatar for Amit. He's like the cult leader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, him.
What did you think of his British accent? Because I know you're a big fan of Brennan. Especially their soccer team.
It's no, I'm not. Anyway, they I think it's fine. I don't think it's like overplayed or anything. I think it's it's fine. He pulls it off. So
I heard a lot of Brits getting upset over his accent. You don't want to talk about?
a little bit, yeah. I don't really care though.
Yeah, because they eat fucking beans on toast, so who cares?
And they eat mushy peas. They literally eat war rations, and they make fun of us for having good food over here.
You know, it'll be funny. We have like one listener from like England. And they're just like, oh no, I'm gonna turn this shit off now.
If you're listening from England, just know it's not coming home. All right, I'll see you in the group B.
For anyone who doesn't know or anyone who cares, he's talking about soccer or football.
Yeah,
or football.
It's called soccer.
Football.
It's called soccer. So,
football.
Just a little bit about me. If you didn't know, I'm a big soccer fan, supporter of the USMNT. I'm not Mexican. I'm Nicaraguan. So before people say like, oh, he's a bocho or whatever, I'm Nicaraguan. I'm not Mexican. All right. So relax.
What are you talking about?
Because that's what people like a lot of Mexican people, they just get mad because if any Hispanic person supports the U.S.
You're not Mexican?
No. You're not Mexican either.
I mean, yeah, I know I'm not because I talk about it all the time. But then, like, I thought you were Mexican.
Nah.
Damn. This is like you not knowing that I was in college.
Yeah, I didn't know he was in college.
Yeah.
He dropped out, by the way. High school dropout.
College dropout.
High school dropout.
College dropout. You know that album by Kanye West?
Yeah, Kanye.
You made that after me.
So moving on, yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see what they end up doing with Moon Knight because episode 1 was already great, and towards the end, you remember when he switched, or when he was like,
allowed him to take control.
Yeah.
So that makes me think. It makes me think of Have you seen the? No, you haven't. Of Doom Patrol. There's a girl in the show.
No, I haven't seen Doom Patrol.
There's a girl on the show. There's Doom Patrol. It's a DC show. It's on HBO Max. Incredible show. It's sort of a spinoff of Titans, but not necessarily. It's kind of weird how it works out that way, but it is what it is. But pretty much, there's a girl on the show. She has the ID or whatever, and then she got injected with some kind of serum, whatever, and then she got every one of her personas got a different superpower. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so every single one of them has a power, and
can't she switch between them?
Yeah, but she's like the main character or the main one. I forgot her name, but she's like the main person. She's the main persona, and then she only brings out the other ones whenever needed or something happens. Like let's say if she gets in a fight or she gets scared, or like if some type of issue happens, whatever, then they bring it in. Okay. So it's kind of like that, but each one of them has different powers. And I want to say there's like 30 of them. I want to say something like that. It's a crazy amount.
That's crazy. See, yeah.
But it's more the traditional, where like she actually had it before the powers. She already had all the issues beforehand.
If I'm being honest, it kind of reminds me of Raven. Remember in the show Teen Titans, where that episode where her personalities all like come out of her. Yeah. And it's just all split, and she has to like get it back together. That's kind of what it reminds me of. But no, the only part I've seen of Doom Patrol is the part that they have in Titans, where it shows some of them, not all of them.
Yeah, it's weird because it's technically it's the same thing, but then like it doesn't kind of match up perfectly in the show because it's like they have the chief, right? The chief's a different actor, which I guess it could just be a simple recasting. But then they also never mention Beast Boy or anything like that as well.
Don't they have Cyborg in it?
Yeah, he's pretty cool, I guess.
Is he stronger than the Justice League Cyborg?
I would say no because you know how like Cyborg obviously also too is Alpha looks like shit. Just I mean it doesn't matter. It's like he's still a great actor, great character in the show, but his outfit looks like shit. But then also too is in that series his dad did all the cybernetics, and then with the movie Justice League it was the mother box who changed it into the machine. So it's like it's two different things. Yeah, the
mother box will automatically make him stronger and everything. So.
Yeah, exactly. But then that's a really great show. And then I'm not caught up on it yet. It's a great, incredible show. I recommend it to everyone. I recommend it to you.
All right. So with Moon Knight, what are your thoughts? What do you think is gonna happen? Well, how do you think they're gonna go about what happens? You know?
Um, I'm not sure. One of the things I liked though was how Ethan Hawke's character, he looks like a cult leader. I thought that was interesting. I thought it was funny. He
Yeah.
had very culty vibes. As soon as he, like the first frame of him in the trailer, he looked very cult leader. And pretty much that's what he is. So I'm excited for that. But I'm not really sure. I don't know. Well, I'm excited for it. Like I think this is gonna be one of the best things Marvel has done in a long time. And it actually feels a lot more fleshed out and not just a simple like like the formula they've been doing with a lot of their Marvel movies and stuff like that. I think
And
the shows have been a real breakout.
yeah, I'm excited to see how he fights the other gods and other avatars
With his hands.
because everybody wants Mark.
I'll send us some matches.
All the different gods want Mark and everything. And they actually talked about this recently. They don't want to make this show like what's it called? Like a copy of Bruce Wayne or anything. So that's why they
The
changed.
Steven persona.
Yeah, that's why they changed Steven into like some strange weird museum employee instead of actually being like a playboy millionaire or billionaire, I guess, like Bruce Wayne is. So, because they had a lot of similarities, Moon Knight and Batman, but they're scrapping that. And so I guess we can talk about Morbius now. What did you think about that movie that just dropped
Okay. Just
on April 1st?
as a joke, April Fool's joke. Like how you said in the title, it's mid, but it's way better than I thought it was gonna be, and it was not as bad as everyone is saying it is. I say that first. I'll say that here. I would die on this hill. It was not that bad of a movie.
I thought it was pretty interesting.
Wrong.
I didn't really go into it expecting anything anyway, so I guess it was okay.
I was
I
expecting
think
the worst from coming into it. I was expecting the absolute worst.
I think if he were to go up against Tom Spider-Man, he would instantly waste.
Which I don't understand how you get to that, but yeah.
Well, because didn't you see how fast and strong he was?
Yeah.
Spider-Man's not that fast.
Is he not?
No, he's not that fast.
I think he could be.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
He's just really agile and everything, and then the Peter tingle. But no, I think he would demolish him.
I'll tingle your Peter.
So, what did you think about the movie, like the story and everything?
It's pretty much just like it feels like an early 2010 movie. Like the story is pretty much basic story, gets powers, turns bad, then fights the
His
person.
friend.
Yeah, fights the person as the same exact powers as him. It's a simple formula and it has worked in the past, but then it's like I guess a lot of people are spending I think it was okay. Like it was nothing to run home about.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had fun watching it. Like I enjoyed it for what it was. And it was not horrible or anything like that. And the story was pretty simple and everything, like he has a condition, he's dying because of it, and then the only solution he has is turn to a vampire.
Yeah.
Hey, what works, right?
Yeah, except he was trying to survive out that artificial blood he made, but it wasn't enough.
I thought it was cool. I think that's one thing they brushed over way too quickly. He made artificial blood.
Mm-hmm.
And I think also too they cut a lot of things out of that movie as well. But just talking about what happened in the movie.
Oh yeah, no, they did cut. It's kind of it was a lot of clickbait, if I'm being honest. In the trailer, they made it seem like Spider-Man was going to be a part of the movie and everything.
No, they did not. It was Easter eggs. It was always Easter eggs.
They literally had a graffiti that he walked right by where it said Spider-Man was a murderer.
Well, what does that do though? How would that impact the story?
It's clickbait.
Yeah, it was.
It's clickbait because it makes you think that Spider-Man's going to be in it. But it makes you think that it's going to add to the multiverse, whatever stuff, and it's not. Like, you could literally skip this movie and you would not miss anything.
Yeah, but then it's like, it was clickbait. Like, the director even said that it wasn't in his, whenever he filmed it, it was not in it. It was something that Sony did for the trailer. But then also too, it's just like it doesn't matter if it was part of the multiverse or not. Like I feel like that's something that people are so hung up on. It's about how it's connected to the multiverse. Yeah, it had the two end post credit scenes, but then it doesn't matter about that.
No, it doesn't matter, but it was stupid the way they went about it. If it has nothing to do with the multiverse, then how does what's his name? How does Vulture end up in that universe when all people that got dragged out of their universe that knew who Spider-Man was, how did he end up in another universe when he's supposed to be sent back to his? Doesn't make sense.
I mean, did the other villains coming into the movie make very much sense in No Way Home?
What do you mean? I mean, besides like,
there's a lot of
Venom makes sense because it's the Hive.
Sure, it makes sense. It doesn't necessarily make sense. It makes sense.
Electro, that one doesn't make sense.
See? And then also, too, how they were pulled out at different times.
Mm-hmm.
And then apparently Sandman got pulled out, too, at past his, whenever he found out, at different times and shit. So it's like, that's why I forget that, because it doesn't make sense. But then also, too, everything that has happened beforehand didn't make sense either. None of it has made sense.
Yeah, but the fact that he just got ended up in which was so lazy, by the way, that the way they ended that movie was like super lazy. I was like, are you kidding me?
Really
like,
rush.
like he's like, so okay, Vulture's in this universe, whatever. Adrian Toomes, and then he tells Morbius to meet him in the middle of nowhere.
It was like, catch me outside. How about that?
And he said, I don't know how I ended up here, but I think it has something to do with Spider-Man. Like, shut up, bro. Why would, like, so obviously Andrew Garfield is going to be the Spider-Man that Morbius and they fight, because it doesn't make sense for Tom or Toby to be in it. So it only makes sense that Andrew's going to be the Spider-Man, by the way. And yeah, I think it's just silly because what motivation does Morbius have to be a villain?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. But I don't know how. I mean, also too, if you're looking at their roster now, like how many villains or quote unquote villains that they have now, they have Vulture, they have Venom, they have what's his name? Morbius. There's another one that they had that I was thinking about. Who else did they have? Did anyone live from the other movies? Did the Green Goblin live? I can't remember if he did or not.
Not all of them. So they're coming out with these movies and shows for that stuff. So
no, yeah, Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah,
and then yeah, I think that's it. So then that clears out 2 other spots that they need to fill up the roster.
Oh, Venom might be one.
No, I have Venom in the list.
So Venom, Morbius, Vulture,
Kraven. That leaves 2.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that leaves 2 people that can fill up the roster, which I don't know, because it's like, I'm not sure what they're doing with Kraven yet, but then with Morbius and Venom, they're heroes. So it's like, I'm not sure how those stories are going to like be.
Well, they're like anti-heroes, villains.
Yeah, but they're still heroes. So for the most part, especially like I think even Morbius is more of a hero than Venom is, because Venom kills people.
Yeah.
And then,
which by the way, what do you think is gonna happen with his love interest? Because she didn't die at the end. She turned to a vampire too.
Oh yeah, I guess they're gonna tag team that shit.
I guess so. But yeah, it's just leading up to what I've said before, which confirmed. It's going to be a makeshift Sinister Six that the Spider-Man are going to have to take care of.
How does it confirm?
How's it confirmed? Because they're teaming up, Vulture and Morbius.
Yeah, that's 2. Confirmed.
Which, by the way, it might be like a makeshift Sinister Six, but probably not all at once. Probably like 2 at a time.
Yeah, it's like what I told you about, like in the video game. That's most like that's what I think. That's the only thing realistically that I think in the video games, on PS4, Spider-Man. Incredible video game and everything. He fights the Sinister Six, led by Doc Ock. It's incredible, like especially the cutscene where they beat the fuck out of him. Fucking amazing, man. And then pretty much he has to fight them. I think he usually, or I can't remember. He did like 2. There's a couple he did 2 at a time. There's some that he did 1 at a time. It just varied and everything, but they teamed up, Yeah. And they had that famous thing where they beat the fuck out of him and push him off a building. Incredible. Which,
by the way, if Morbius is Andrew's villain, can probably be like the strongest villain he faces.
Oh yeah, and also too, they have the Rhino. and Andrew.
Oh yeah, the one they showed at the very end.
Yeah.
Cut it off. But
I guess that could be something, huh?
maybe, yeah, maybe. But as far as it's I don't know. It's they're just making it really, really confusing for no reason. Doesn't make sense.
I mean, at the end, it's like they're trying something different, and like I support. Like I'm all for that and everything. Just about doing different things, different characters. It's like sure, why not? You know, because it's like everyone's like. One thing I always hate though, is just like people getting upset over like projects that aren't connected to other projects, and they're upset because they're making this instead of a project for another thing. Like you know how they feel like about like the Batman and everything.
Yeah.
When instead they're like, you know how a lot of people were talking so much shit about the Batman because it wasn't a Ben Affleck movie, and that's the only defense they have for it. You know.
Yeah.
They don't care about the movie, but then they only care about like that it's not Ben Affleck.
And apparently that I think I saw like a petition where people wanted Ben Affleck to finish his movies, which apparently like whatever I think he's over it by now.
Oh, okay. And then just wrapping up this pod for this week's episode, our very special episode. We're just gonna go into the what you been up to. I heard that you just finished the Boba Fett series, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I just finished Boba Fett, and honestly, it was pretty well written. It was a lot more story than action, but the story was actually really interesting and made me see Boba in a different way. How you said that people were complaining that he's kind of soft now, but I feel like it's the way that they wanted to take the story. Well, not everyone's like a hardcore killer or whatever. But yeah, it was a good story. I'm happy that I ended up watching it because I was putting it off for so long, but I'm caught up on it now. Probably next thing I'm gonna do is just watch all the Star Wars movies.
You want any?
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
No, yeah. It's I saw the series when it came out and everything. I thought it was okay. I mean, like it wasn't one of the best things ever for the things or Star Wars and everything, but it was good. I had fun with it.
But the series are carrying the Star Wars franchise right now, though.
I mean, yeah, that's the only thing coming out, hell. And then, yeah, with that, I enjoyed it. And then, yeah, just touching up on what you said right now about how I said about how a lot of people don't believe that this is the Boba that they know, which I just fucking hate that idea of it because it's like, okay, in the original trilogy, he was in it, right? He was in 5 and or I guess Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. He has like a total fucking of like 10 minutes of screen time or some shit like that, something very minimum. And then he was also in the prequel trilogy as a kid, and he was in I don't even remember what else he's been in. He has a lot of comic runs. I think him as a kid, he was also in the Clone Wars. And besides that, I guess the comics and everything, but then besides that, there's nothing really there. So it's just like I hate whenever people say it's like this is not the Boba that we know, this is not my Boba, whatever, or shit like that. But then it's like, how much of there is really Boba? I understand the comics are canon, but then it's like live action though. It's like get over yourself, you know. It's like they're projecting so much on him, on what they want him to be, which I understand. Like in different iterations or like even Legends and stuff, he was a super badass. But then that's cut, and then like yeah, sure, he did a lot of things in comics and stuff as well, but it doesn't matter, you know. That's why people get so hung up on their idea of what characters are and shit like that.
Yeah, which I mean, it makes sense to why he's quote unquote soft or whatever because.
But it makes sense too because
like,
he could have been that hard ass. He could have been that hard ass, and he just did that switch because just with the
Tuskens, they took him in and then like took him into their tribe and. And then he comes back to visit them, and they're gone.
No, he was still living with them at that point. He went over to make an agreement with the city people about something about like saying we'll give you protection to cross the desert.
Oh yeah, and they come back and they're all dead. That
they
made it look like the Nikto. The Nikto took him out, but it was really just the Pike Syndicate.
Yeah, the Pikes. I feel like we're an underwhelming villain though in that series.
They were doing a lot though. They were actually. They were a nuisance for sure.
Oh yeah. took over the city, bought out the fucking city, the
mayor and everything.
The
city, like you said, the sub cities or whatever.
Mm-hmm. One thing I did like, I guess it's pretty obvious. It's like I think the best part of the season was the Boba interactions. Like, no, I'm sorry, not the Boba, the Mando ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I loved, this episode, whatever, it was just all about him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was the best part of the season. And then I love that tag team that they did at the very end whenever they both fight, like, they fight back to back and everything. They both have their jetpacks on and everything.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it, too. It was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought was cool, too, was when the Hutts gave him that gift of the, I forgot what it was called. It was like that huge monster that he could ride. And he's like, we need reinforcements. And then they're like, where are you going to get reinforcements from? We don't have anyone else to get. And he's like, I'll be right back. And then he comes back with his Fett and he just kills everybody.
Yeah.
That was clean.
One thing I thought was funny, a lot of people were talking about, was saying, it's like, why didn't he just bring his ship and just start blasting dudes from the sky?
Does he even have his ship? Didn't they, like, take it from him?
Yeah, that was a flashback.
Oh.
But then he has to slave one.
I mean, whatever, you know.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too.
It's not really that big of a deal. By the way, speaking of ships, Mando's ship, that hoe is clean. The OG, what is it, the N1 Starfighter?
Naboo.
That is clean. That reminds me of the OG video games, Jedi Starfighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would play that. I actually played that one on the PlayStation.
Whenever you finally get around to episode 1, the Phantom Menace, it's in there.
Yeah, no, that was clean. How fast it was, too.
Sheesh. I love how it looks like a tuner car, you know? It's like, I think it's incredible.
Like a little, what is it?
Hot rod.
Like, I forget
American
the term.
muscle.
It's a little fixer-upper. Yeah.
A shit box? Oh.
Yeah. Nah, it was clean, though. Like, when the New Republic, they said, yeah, we need you to pull over so we can get a look at your tags or whatever. And he's like, zoom, like, it was like, he didn't even gauge his thrusters. He's like, that's the N1 Starfighter, kid.
No, that was an upgrade.
What?
It was an upgrade that he did.
Yeah, but no, like the lieutenant, he was like, what? He didn't even engage his thrusters to like take off. But no, it's like a Starfighter. Like, he don't need that.
Yeah. But then I thought that was super funny. And then it was like the same character that you saw in, I think, season 1 or whatever.
By the way, I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with Baby Yoda, as he not training to be a Jedi anymore.
He's going to be Mandalorian.
Yeah, but like, is he going to be like the guy who made the Darksaber? He's going to be like a Jedi Mando?
I was thinking that's most likely what's going to happen. But then also, too, it's like the motherfucker is going to live for thousands of years. So he has time to do whatever he wants, you know? He has time to do this. Like, even when Mando dies, because, you know, eventually he's going to die, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can then become a Jedi. He doesn't have to be a Jedi right now, you know?
It's going to be funny to see, like, a little Mando with the little Mando helmet flying around his jetpack.
I would love that, man.
He would actually be OP with the Force, like his Force sensitivity and all that.
Yeah, because...
And, you know, maybe he'll eventually get the Darksaber handed down to him.
Yeah, have to kill his own dad for that shit.
Yeah.
That would be funny. Yeah, no, but then that's one thing. I was like, I think it's interesting, but then it's like, you know, they could take it anywhere. And personally, I don't care about where Boba's going to go. The only thing I care about is where Mando's going.
Well, I mean, Boba's not going anywhere. He's the daimyo.
Yeah, but then it's like, what about, like, let's say the next threat, or, like, let's say he wants to reinvent the planet, you know? He wants to, you know, make it better for everyone. Because that's what I think the direction that he wants to do. He wants to make the planet very thriveful, like thrive, like what they try to do in Dune.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I mean, he's after this, he has a city behind him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he can do a lot of reforms and everything. He can be a good politician there.
Well, I thought it was clean how he hired the mods.
I really like the mods. I thought they're really interesting.
Pretty cool. When they said that they're just kids that modify themselves with droids, I was like, what? And I saw him. I was like, yeah, that's pretty clean.
Yeah.
And that little joke where he's like, keep an eye out on them, and they're like, oh my bad, I didn't mean that. He's like, nah, you're good. Like I paid a lot for this eye. I'm proud of it.
I thought it was very good. Like I think it makes sense too because like I saw a lot of people were upset about that, but it makes sense in that like
Really?
yeah
About the mods?
yeah
It's not even that big of a deal, man. Like
yeah that's the same thing I thought. It's just like a lot of people aren't they don't like change or whatever like that. I thought it was great. There's one thing where one of the guys I think it's the guy with the one eye. He does a spin, and it's like he shoots.
Oh, that spin was a little bit cringe. I'm not gonna lie, cause I even saw that, and I was like,
I think you sent it to me when it happened.
I didn't. I was me.
Oh,
but
I guess it was me.
When I saw that, I was like, it's a bit silly, you know.
It was, but then I was just like, it's funny though.
But it's Star Wars, you know. It's like
none of this shit has to happen.
Yeah. Like, but no, it was, you know how they are. They're very animated and everything. So I mean, it makes sense, you know. But yeah, with that, I mean, what was he supposed to hire a bunch of Wookiees, or was he supposed to hire some more Gamorreans, or what? I mean, the mods.
I think the invention of that character is just interesting, just because it's like it makes sense because there's always that anti-culture, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's always the other, like, you know, the other side of things.
Yeah, the kids that they're like rebels.
Yeah,
kind of like a cyberpunk vibe almost.
Yeah, it makes sense too because like they live in a cyberpunk kind of like genre. It just we don't see it very often.
And like how you said before, like these shows are just bringing to light that there's more than just Jedi and the Sith Lords and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's more in the universe than just all that.
One thing I don't like though in the show is just how it's always fucking Tatooine. It's always Tatooine. It's always a desert.
Tatooine, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's
that's how you know they copied Dune. The spice, the Dune Sea, you know, and even the sandworm. They named it something else. What was it? It was like the pit, right? That's where Boba like.
It's completely different. It's completely different.
Oh, it looked like a sandworm to me.
It's I guess I have no idea what that creature actually looks like, but it's in the ground and doesn't move. But you know, like in Dune, it moves and shit. But no, yeah, exactly. It's similar vibes, but then like okay, because like episode 1 they have it, episode 2 they go back to it, episode 3 they end at it, episode 4 they start at it, episode 5 I don't think it's there, episode 6 no, and then 8 is it 8 6 7 no I'm in 7 they start there, and then it's funny how often they go there, or actually technically in episode 7 they don't start there. It's a different desert planet, but it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
But and then I'm excited to see where they go with Mando. They just finished filming this like recently, and so yeah, I'm pretty sure he's coming out then this year, and I'm excited to see where they go with that because it's like, you know, they're going to Mando, they're going to Mandalore, going back home, they're taking it home.
So you think they're gonna be done?
They're taking
with,
it home.
They're done with Luke and Ahsoka.
Ahsoka's having her own series. And Luke, I think they'll just throw him in wherever. And I think it'd be good to fill in the gaps about where Luke has been during all this time. Mm-hmm. Because that's what a lot of people don't like is how they...
The time skip?
Yeah, but then they don't like how much the character changed within the time of...
That they didn't see him.
Yeah, because it's like when we see him again, he's an old man, whatever.
And he's bitter and...
Yeah, and shit happens, whatever. I won't spoil it for you now, but shit happens to him.
Well, I mean, I saw part of The Last Jedi, so... Just part of it.
You know the part where I'm not sure it was in the I think it's in the Last Jedi where he talks about where he almost tried to kill Ben, but then he regretted it as soon as he lit up his lightsaber, and then it's pretty much like that. But then it's like I think it would be cool if they like I'm not sure how much he's gonna be incorporated with all the other series or anything, but like, you know, you can see that change in him where he's like becoming not a bitter man, but he's like a very set in his ways kind of person, because I think that led to him turn to his downfall, you know, like that led him to turn into the person he did after, you know, Solo killed all of his kids or whatever, his students. So I'm sorry for that. But then Ahsoka's having her own TV show. She's gonna be finding Thawne. He was in the Rebel series, and Mando, I think it's coming out this year.
Are they gonna recreate the Rebel series?
No. It's canon. Rebels is canon. It's a sequel to it.
Okay.
Everything that they're doing is a sequel. It's part of it. It's canon. Everything's canon right now.
So I need to watch that show too then? The cartoon?
No. I mean, I don't know yet. I haven't watched it yet. I just know a lot of information, you know.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah, I remember I told you about this. It's like I want to rewatch. I want to watch the Clone Wars and Rebels, but I just can't fucking do it, man. It's too fucking. Especially they're like geared more towards kids, and I'm not a kid. No, I'm a girl, man. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. But it's like it's a hard watch.
Yeah.
Or some of it is. Some of it's good, some of it's not. But you know, it's a cartoon, and there's filler, there's boring, dumb things, you know, like that. It's a little bit more difficult to get more into it, but I'll eventually get into it, and once I do, I'll tell you whether or not you have to watch it. Oh, there's the point I was trying to get across right now. Okay, this is about Mando. He's taking it home.
Yeah.
He's taking it home. He's taking it home.
To the Mandalore.
Nah, you know the reference I was trying to do? Like, I think it's a soccer one.
No, that's like an English reference.
What's the reference?
It's coming home.
It's coming home. It's coming home.
He's coming home to planet Mandalore.
Yeah. And so I think it'll be interesting to see him to go back out there and then be the one and true ruler of Mandalore.
I can't wait to see Baby Yoda's armor.
I don't think they're going to give him anything right now.
Oh, yeah, but, you know, if he's going to be a Mandalorian, then he is a foundling after all.
Yeah. I'll just wrapping it up now. Is there anything else you're watching right now or into?
Harley Quinn.
Oh, what do you think of it so far?
I think it's hilarious. I love it how it's like kind of what I grew up. It looks like Justice League Unlimited. Just like the art style and the cartoon style. But it's it's mature.
It's really
and
funny.
It's very gory and, you know, it's great. I love it.
It's really funny. It's very slept on, but I think season 3 is coming out this year or next year. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a sleeper for sure.
And you know what? The actor, or the voice actor is Penny from Big Bang Theory.
I don't even watch that show.
Ever?
No.
Wow. Weird.
No.
Weirdo. But
It's coming from someone who really likes Friends, that does not mean anything to me.
I love Friends. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you have to say.
Oh. Video comes out, the gloves come off. All right, next week, John versus Hen.
Community's better than Friends.
Fuck off. And what else have I been watching? Oh, I've been watching the Lakers documentary thing.
I'm not really into basketball.
It's not about basketball. It has a dude from Step Brothers in it. Not the main one, the other Step Brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's him.
Curly hair guy.
Yeah, he's the he bought the Lakers, and yeah, he's trying to turn around the team. It takes place in like the 70s or whatever.
Is that a true story?
I mean, yeah, it is, but it's like, you know, it's a TV show. One of the things I really like though, it looks like it's in the 70s, like the camera quality and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then it's like also going into it, it's like I have no idea how cameras work or like anything with recording or anything like that, but I think it's pretty cool how they do it.
Yeah. But no, I mean, besides Harley Quinn, I think that's it for now. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'll watch DMZ. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's somewhere on my list. Yeah, it's same for me. Hopefully soon, someday, one day.
Mhm.
And then I don't think anything is coming out next week or anything like that. So, yeah, I think that pretty much wraps everything up today. And thank you very much for listening. And we don't know sure exactly when this is gonna come out or how this is gonna look and everything, but it's our first. Thank you very much for anyone listening, anyone watching. Thank you for everything, and
see you next week.
Yeah,
Bye.
big kisses.